Hello, thank you for joining me on another segment of Being Sadaf. Today I'm joined with the fabulous Duraid Qureshi, the innovator of the fabulous channel Hum TV of Pakistan. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Sadaf, for having me, and it's so lovely to have you in Pakistan after such a long time. Last when we met, it was at Hum Awards, Houston.
Yes, absolutely. It was so great to meet you. You were very down to earth and when we have this perception of Pakistani media and people in media, we get very intimidated by people in Pakistani media. But you were very humble and kind, and that is a quality that was very attractive of yours.
I think it's not just me; it's my mother Sultana Siddiqui, my wife Momina, and this entire Hum family. We've been part of this media world. I was a child star when I started.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was maybe 7 or 8 years old when I was on TV, or maybe even younger.
Oh wow!
My first role. The role was of kids of a family, and we were supposed to be part of this. Supposed to go and sleep. Something happens and husband and wife fight. We go and supposed to sleep. It was one episode thing. We went there and we really slept. But that's where I started earlier in my days, and then I was in grade 7. I remember I was part of a kids program, Rang Barang, where I played the part of the clown.
Wow!
Yeah. And then my mother never encouraged us to be part of the screen.
Interesting. Okay.
We knew from our early days, we met the biggest stars, at that time, biggest singers, Abda Parveen, my mother introduced, and so many other. Tina Sani was just a family to us, and all those people. So we felt that we were so at home with these stars and the bigger producers, Shahzad Khalil, my mother, Saira, Bushra, all of these were such friends and family. So it was home. I never decided to be part of the media, but eventually, today I became media CEO and a founder of Hum Network.
Absolutely.
So, but we are usually, when we meet people, we just feel that they should feel at home, and we are very close to. So there's nothing about down to earth or, there's some kind of a pretentiousness.
No, but I feel like, Pakistani media has that stigma, just in general, you get a little scared or intimidated by someone. But when I met you and I met Momina ji and Sultana Appa, you guys were so lovely, kind family, and very good unit. So for sure.
Everybody was in Houston so welcoming to us, and we felt at home.
Oh, that's so kind. Houston, are you listening?
Yeah, and Rehan, your husband,
Yes.
He is in ABC, and the way he welcomed us and the way he covered us there, it was very warm, and whenever people are warm, you reflect back
yes,
the same
absolutely.
feeling. So I think that's what it was all about.
So you said you were a child actor. Did you enjoy the screen, or did you feel like you were acting? Because you said you've been part of media world all your life.
Right. No, to be very honest. My son is more interested, and my daughter also more interested in being on the screen, or they have this likeness to it. I never wanted to be a star or be in front of the screen. This is probably my first interview like this that I'm giving.
Oh, well, I'm honored. Thank you.
I usually don't, and it's because it's more fun to create things,
So you're the creative mind behind Hum TV.
I'm one of the creative minds.
Yes.
It is true. I did ask my mother that we should launch a channel when she had a first private production house. So I asked her that we should have a channel. And then I worked towards it for the next 3 years or 4. And then one day, we were ready enough to launch a channel. And then I went ahead and launched the channel with my mother and my family and the friends and the family of Hum, that is.
Absolutely. So I wanted to ask you a question. When you launched this channel, Hum TV, I remember when you guys launched it. It was probably the most crisp, clear, digitally. Something that, attracted the eye immediately. There's something about it, how you guys put it together. Did it take a very long time, or was it something you guys just knew what you wanted?
So we knew two things, right? We came from the background of production house and production facility. So we concentrated on making the best content. That's what it was. However, like any production person, my goal was to give the best facilities and the best equipment and the most latest technology when we were launching the channel, because
Yes, the
production
cameras,
team wanted,
yes.
right? The cameras, the editing suite, and then Hum TV was the first to go to HD.
That's what I was going to say,
Right.
yes.
And then we were the first to then not just have Hum TV as HD, then we launched our news channel as our HD. So, yes, technologically, we always invested in it, because one part of the entire production is also the best technology that you're using, the best equipment that you're using. So, your team, which is a creative team, would need the tools to do it. And I have to say, while designing the network, I made sure that they get the best of everything. So that investment was well worth. I would say that we did. We didn't cut corners, either in the productions or in the investments.
And
that
I
were
think you
required.
benefited in the long
I
run,
think
for
we did
sure.
benefited. We
Yes.
were able to give to the viewers the expectations that they had. We met those expectations, I would say.
Absolutely. I remember when I fell in love with Pakistani dramas all over again was Humsafar.
Yes, but before Safar,
Yeah.
was Mere Paas Paas. I don't know whether you saw that or not.
I
The
feel like I
interesting-
have watched it.
Yes, and it was the original soundtrack was sung by Atif Aslam.
Yes, I have watched it.
Yes,
Never mind.
Nadia Jamil was the lead actress in her, and the Momer Rana was there,
Yes.
and all of that. And I remember when we started doing those dramas, we were the first ones who started creating original soundtracks of the highest order and made it not just the soundtrack but the video track of that soundtrack also.
Very true.
Yes, and those things were unique. And what we were doing was creating extra content to build that drama. And I think very well done. I have to give it to the entire team. Momina was the producer of that. But not just that, and everything else that we were doing, we were trying to do in a much better format.
Of course, even the songs that you guys choose,
Yeah.
like the OSTs,
Yes.
they are wonderful. I just put them on my playlist and I can listen to them. Like, how do you guys invest a lot in good singers and the lyrics, they tug at your heartstrings.
Absolutely. And at the end of the day, not just the lyrics and the sound, you have to give video to it, and then you have to do it. And to be very honest, those things in the initial days were our USP. And within the first 2 years, we became the benchmark media company, the brand with the most creativity. And we saw the two other TV channels or three other TV channels which came before us, they started copying what we were doing. And that's when we started saying, okay, what next? And our team, and my question to my team was always, what next? What are we going to do next? What are going to be our next big thing? And then we remember Lux Style Awards used to be there, and those were aired in Geo, and they didn't give us to air those awards, and we were very upset.
Of course.
And we thought, okay, why are we worried about those awards? Let's create our own awards. And that's when Hum Awards came into beam. But before that came Masala TV, which was our second channel.
Okay.
And Masala TV was the first Asian food channel in the world,
okay.
right? So we were inspired by Food Network and BBC Food, which had recently launched.
Okay.
And when we looked at it, those were more of lifestyle channels. There was a little recipe about it. So when we did our research, that Pakistanis love food,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
And everybody cooks food at home. And everybody wants to know the recipe. So we made every content that we got the best chefs. We trained them how to do a video program. We again invested in HD on shooting those, and the cameras were nice to make the food come out.
Oh,
with
I
the
know my
color
mom
and
used to
everything.
sit there and
Yes.
take the recipes
Right.
all the time.
So that became interesting. And then we launched was the fashion and lifestyle channel, which was the Style 360.
Yes.
And so many other channels came in between. OATV, which we opened and closed. Style 360, eventually we closed. Hum 2 was launched, that got closed. Then Hum Sitare was launched and redefined in a different way. So we kept on experimenting. And that was the great thing about Hum. We were never scared of trying something new. And even now, you know, the next coming year 2021, you will see a couple of other formats that we are working with. Hum Awards has reached a peak, you know.
Absolutely.
So just to manage the same quality and take it beyond, there's a complete team which is for the entire year working on Hum Awards.
Of course,
Just
you
that.
need that.
Right.
Those of you who are watching, the Hum TV Awards in Houston were fabulous, fantastic. I've never seen anything like that. So, Duraid is absolutely right about that.
So usually you plan 1 year ahead.
Okay.
So you first select which territory it will be in. And usually when you are selecting big venues, you have to book almost a year in advance. So at least a year before the event is happening, you have booked the venue.
Yes.
So that's one area. And then there's usually if you have taken, for example, Canada, for example, to do the awards, then the local team in Canada will start working on it.
Okay.
Whereas the team in Pakistan would, in the previous year, would be working on that current year's awards. Once those are over, and after a month of rest or so, they will start working with the local team about equipment and details about a lot of things. So next one, yeah. And that's how we do it. So it's always a year ahead.
You guys prefer to go to different countries to, it's more of like getting more traction, promotion, and giving even like your actors and actresses a different, I guess, breath of fresh air out of Pakistan. So is that why you choose different countries, or what is the
So
mindset you
multiple
have?
things. Whenever we are selecting a place, there are a couple of things in our mind. First of all, the Pakistani diaspora. How big is the city has? Like for example, Houston. Houston is big, you know. Toronto was big. So that's the most important thing. Second is the venue. Do we have the right place to do the host award of approximately 10,000 people coming there, you know, so that's important. So those are the two things that we look at in the beginning. And then definitely the show every year that is there, we have to add on new things to it. So last year in Houston, if you remember, it was Alamgir's special that we did.
Yes, it was fantastic.
And we were
Very
able to
nice.
call Alamgir also on the set, and Alamgir paid tribute to Alamgir with his all
That
his
was so great.
and that, so doing those things require time, energy, and you have to redo the numbers, and then you have to pick who's going to be the star, who's going to do that. So every 5-minute segment that you see requires months of time to just do that 5 minute. And on that day, everything is live. So there's an audience. You're doing a live show. So it's right. So there are about 20 different segments in that entire 2.5, 3 hours show. Every 20 minute, every 5 minute, or every 20 segments mean you have months of team dedicated to just doing those 20 segments. And then the script and managing the entire star. So it's a big project, definitely.
Last words of wisdom for us.
If you, in media or even in other places, if you are, as an entrepreneur, you're doing something, don't try to follow the existing leader. Try to be different than what others are doing. And if you will do something unique, that will always make you a leader in at least the thing that you are doing. And start to be creative. And once you start doing that, you'll always become one day the leader of whatever you have wanted to do.
Yes, if you put your mind and heart to it.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much. It was so
Thank
lovely
you,
speaking
Sadaf.
with you. And I feel honored to be at Hum TV Studios today and sitting with the powerhouse himself, Duraid Qureshi. So we thank you.
Thank you
And
very much, Sadaf.
I hope you guys all enjoyed.
Thank you.